Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had The Emperor and the Hanged Man Part 1. Our first Part 1, other than the, Part 1, the story, you understand what I mean. Where the gang arrived in Calcutta and Polnareff encountered the Hanged Man, which is the stand of, not Soul Sacrifice, what was his name? Centerfold, that was it. I keep forgetting all their dumb names. But yes, he encountered the Hangman, and he was like, I'm gonna go alone now. And then he was being kind of a dick about it, and then he ran into a guy named Whole Horse, whose stand was the Emperor, and his stand basically was he could manifest a gun and just shoot people. What a great creative stand. Anyway, no. So yeah, he faced off against Whole Horse, and then he was about to die, but luckily Avdol came in and saved him. And then it seems that Avdol is actually dead now. He actually took a shot, and he could actually be dead. And there was a really great scene with Kakyoin, who was there, saying, it's like, come on, Mr. Avdol, wake up. And it's like, oh man. And even Polnareff was tearing up at the loss of Avdol. So, yeah. And that's where the episode ended. It was a part 1, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that's basically it. Very curious to see where we're going here in The Emperor and the Hanged Man Part 2. So, yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there, that will take you over to the reaction. You could watch it just like any normal reaction, hopefully have a good time. When you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this video for this discussion. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. You know, his name was Muhammad Avdol. But secretly, his name was Muhammad Avdol Zeppeli. Because that is exactly what Avdol has become, is the next Zeppeli. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. We're done. Bye. Bye, Avdol. We're done. Goodbye. 10 episodes you lasted. Goodbye. You got 2 fights, 2 legitimate fights, which was Avdol versus Jotaro in episode 1, and then Avdol versus Polnareff, which he won. That's it. That's it for Avdol. Avdol is dead. And I know I said maybe there was going to be some trickery, but looking back on it now, obviously, yes. How do you survive a bullet to the head? I get that. How do you survive a bullet to the head? I understand that, but I don't know. I didn't think he would only last 10 episodes, And especially because he's in the intro and he's in the outro. So I thought he'd last a while. But that's it. That's it for Avdol. He's dead. We are down to 4. There's still, by the way, I just gotta say this again. There is still no mention of Anne. Like, she's still around, right? Unless she got lost on the way to Calcutta. I don't know. Avdol's gone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, like, how to feel about this, you know? Because it's sad, but it's sad. And technically, he was... Okay, let's be fair. He was in more episodes than either of the two Zeppelis. He was in the show longer than Baron Zeppeli and Caesar Zeppeli. Almost combined. Actually, wait a sec. Episode 4, 5, 6, 7... 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. They had combined, they had one more episode than Avdol, but still, I don't know. I guess I just didn't expect it, you know? Because let's say, first off, excuse me. Sorry, I'm tired. First off, we're maybe a fourth of the way through Stardust Crusaders now. A fourth. Maybe a bit less than a fourth, honestly. And both of the Zeppelis took up either close to a half or at least a third of their respective parts. And Avdol's out. Avdol is gone. Man, oh man. And it's, I don't know, like, it's one of those things where it's like, did I rob myself of mourning for Avdol? No, because I'm mourning for him now. But I didn't expect it, man. I didn't expect him to die like this. I just did not expect that. And here we are. Here we are. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. He's dead. He's gone. He's dead. That's it. Avdol's done. That's the end of Avdol and Magician's Red. That sucks, man. That really does suck. We're never gonna see that buff chicken ever again. Unless there's some screwery, but I don't think so. Unless there's some sort of trickery, but I don't think so. Especially after them saying, like, oh, we gave him as good of a funeral as we could. Like, well, geez, okay. He's dead. That sucks. We should get into the notes. Retreat. I did like that. Kakyoin saying, like, hey, we need to retreat and regroup, which makes sense. It's honestly what Avdol wanted. We need to work together, and especially because they don't know the full extent of the enemy's stands, basically, like, they don't know what they're fighting exactly. And yeah, they needed to take some time. In order to figure out how to beat the Hanged Man. So, yeah. So that was good. Definitely a great episode for Polnareff and Kakyoin. Like, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed them. Oh, man. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so freaking tired. Yesterday I did a live stream, so that's probably why. And this is the last video of the day, so I get tired. At the very least, my voice is exhausted. So, yeah. That's why I'm kind of getting that more bassy, worn out. You can probably hear how raspy my voice is getting, so I'm starting to lose it, but that's okay. It's the last video. We're good. We're still good. Okay. So, the Hanged Man, I kind of thought there would be a bit more of the Hanged Man, too. Like, he's done. Whole Horse is, escaped and he's out there, which, the girl only tackled Polnareff. Could no one kill Whole Horse right there? Like, I don't know, Star Platinum. Get them auras, man. go in and you beat him up. His stand is gun. I think you can beat him. He may have one of the weirdest stands. And I know we just had Reflection Man, we had Goo Man, and the boat the other episode, but his stand is just a gun. Like, what? What kind? I swear, man, this show... I don't want to say, like, this show has stopped caring, but, like, at the very least, they stopped caring about, like, what stands can be and what they can't be. Like, screw it. Just screw it. What's his stand? Gun. What's the monkey stand? Boat. What's this guy's stand? Reflection. At least that was, that was really interesting. Very creative. Like, I like that. The Hangman was really cool. And he's just done. And Temperance was wrong, apparently. Jeez. When it's like, oh, the Hanged Man, Centerfold, he's the one who killed Polnareff's sister. He stands no chance. Like, well, because I was even thinking, like, well, yeah, but Avdol still died. But Avdol died to Whole Horse. He didn't die to the Hanged Man, he died to Whole Horse. And his gun stand. Meanwhile, like, I guess it's because Temperance, he didn't think about, I guess, Polnareff having assistance, which is weird, especially at that moment when he was fighting Jotaro. But I guess it is because that it's not just that Polnareff defeated Centerfold. It's not just that, but it was him and Kakyoin. It was the two of them that were able to defeat Centerfold and the Hanged Man. It's because of the two, but yeah, it's like, when all is said and done, yeah, Temperance was kind of wrong. We did defeat the Hanged Man, and we killed him. Like, I was maybe even thinking, like, okay, is the Hanged Man gonna, like, get away? Nope. And we're done. The Hanged Man, like, I was kind of thinking, maybe the Hanged Man, because of, like, his importance to Polnareff, like, maybe he would be the last stand before we got to Dio. Like, he'd be the penultimate stand. But, no, he wasn't. I guess, like, I don't know. I don't know, like, they kind of, like, hyped up the Hangman a bit more, Like, maybe a little too much. Like, I was really like, alright, this Hangman, he's a big deal. Centerfold, he's a really big deal, He's Inyaba's son. He's the guy that killed Polnareff's sister. Like, okay, this is a big deal. Like, this is, like, Dio's top guy. No. No, that was not the case, actually. Like, he was defeated by Polnareff and Kakyoin, and that was that. And it's episode 11. Whole Horse got away. Whole Horse with his dumb gun stand got away. And it's like, I guess he'll show up later, but whatever. But... So, okay, maybe I was getting a little too hyped for the Hangman, and then he's just done. And not only that, but, like, all of this, the Hangman is overhyped, Whole Horse's gun stand is stupid, and this is what kills Avdol. This is what kills Avdol, is the overhyped Hangman and the stupid gun stand. And it's dumb. I don't, like, no matter, like, every time he manifests a gun, I'm just like, this is stupid. It's stupid. Like, stupider than anything JoJo has ever done, And JoJo does stupid stuff, and it's fine. I can accept it, but this guy, like, in this, world where we have, like, these spirits, and Joseph has the power of the sun, and a monkey manifested a boat. And, like, at least it was, a boat that was alive, and, like, the pipes would, like, restrain Jotaro and stuff, and, Magician's Red is, like, a buff chicken, but Silver Chariot is, like, this knight. And then here comes this dude, he's just a cowboy with a gun. Like, it's stupid. It's honestly stupid. Like, this guy is so much of a threat, he's just a dude with a gun. Now, granted, it's a spirit gun, you know, because it's a stand. Because it is a stand, you know, it's a bit more dangerous. He can figure out where, you know, he knows where things will be. He knows where, you know, well, he knows he can aim, he can direct his bullet to any place, but he can direct his bullet to any place he wants, which, yeah, that does make it deadly, but his stand is a gun. It's just a gun. It's the least creative stand we've ever had. The boat was more creative than this. This dude, his stand is gun. His stand is a gun. And that's it. It's the dumbest stand. It's threatening. Like, it is a problem. It is a threat. But it's a threat just because it's a gun, and guns are threats. And I'm harping on this way too much, you know, probably way more than I should, but it's just a gun. His stand is a gun. Why? It's so dumb. Even the boat made more sense. His stand is just a gun. My voice is gonna be gone by the time I'm done. I feel like I'm riding like a wave. Like, I feel like I lost my voice already, and I'm just like, this is like the echo of the voice that I had. And if I stop now, I'm not going to be able to get to this level again. Like, I won't be able to talk after this. So I have to keep talking before my voice just like runs out. Like, that's what it feels like. It's a gun! This dude's stand is just a gun. And the Hanged Man was hyped way too much. It's like, I feel like the Hanged Man was almost like as much of a problem as the Devil was. Ebony Devil. You know? Like, it feels like the exact same thing where it's like, oh, here's this stand. That's real, you know, that's a lot of trouble that Polnareff can't hit. Then he figures out how to hit it, and Polnareff wins and kills the guy. That's it. But this isn't Ebony Devil we're talking about. This is the Hanged Man. This is the guy who raped and murdered Polnareff's sister that we've been hyping up since Polnareff first showed up, when he told the story of why he wants to do this, why he fell into Dio, and why he wanted to go after Dio again. And then even more hype with Yellow Temperance being like, oh yeah, Centerfold, he's the son of the witch Mother Talzin that told Dio about his stand, and he's the one that killed Polnareff's sister. Hype, 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 and Polnareff stands no chance. Hype, 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 hype. Dead. He's done. But Gunman's still alive. Oh, thank goodness that Gunman is still around. We can bring back Gunman at any point. But this guy, Centerfold and the Hanged Man, who we have hyped up for so long, at least 5 episodes, 6 technically now, we have hyped him up and up and up and up and up and up and up. We have hyped this guy so much. Gone. But Gunman, we've still got Gunman. Thank the Lord we still have Gunman. What's his stand? It's a gun. Oh my god. Thank God. That's like a joke stand I would give to Joseph. Like when, you know, when Joseph got out the Tommy gun against Straizo. Like, that's like a joke stand you would say for, like, Joseph. But this guy's a legitimate threat. Again, because it is a gun. Yeah, it's a threat because it's a gun. But why? In a show where our magic system is now these spirits. spirits like Star Platinum and Magician's Red and Silver Chariot, or, the boat, or anyone else, like these other things. Even the boat, it's like, okay, well, it's a spirit boat. It's dumb as hell, but okay, I kind of get that too. It manifested itself as a boat, and, it's using the pipes and stuff to restrain Jotaro and Star Platinum. Or Joseph, who has Hermit Purple, who it's like, okay, he's got some, like, vines or whatever, but he also still has his Hamon. He still has his magical sun power. But here's this guy. What is his great power? It's a gun. It's just a gun. Well, like, what even? It's like the weirdest, laziest, yet not laziest thing. It's so odd. It's just a gun. His stand is just a gun. Like, it's just a gun. It's just a gun. It's the dumbest stand. And I know we had boat stand and goo stand. And I'm saying this, but it may, because at least with the others, like, okay, Yellow Temperance was creative. It's like, okay, his stand, like, is this sort of goo thing that can eat away at Jotaro's hand, and he can transform into other people. Okay, that's really creative. The Hanged Man is really creative. You can tell I'm getting passionate because my voice is breaking. The Hanged Man is very creative, The Hanged Man is very creative. Like, okay, he exists in light, and he has to travel through reflections as a being of light, basically. Okay, very interesting. Even the boat. It's like, okay, well, yeah, it's weird that it's a boat, but I still get it. Like, okay, well, that's kind of creative. But this guy, it's just a gun. It's just a gun, and it is the dumbest stand we've had. A few episodes ago when we had the boat stand where an orangutan had a boat stand and was perving out on Anne, I said that was jumping the shark. And I still stand by that. But what I didn't realize is, while the show jumped the shark, they have no intention of coming back down. That was them jumping, and this is them hovering. Going and staying at that level. We're there, folks. We are now in an eternal sweet spot above the sharks. The man's stand is just a gun. Is just a gun. Like, am I crazy? It's just a gun. It's just a gun. But the Hangman was very creative. I like the Hangman. I like how Polnareff and Kakyoin figured it out. Again, yes, I do think the Hangman was a bit too hyped up for what we ultimately got, but I still liked it. I like the Hangman. It's a very creative idea. I like Polnareff working together with someone. I like Kakyoin, helping out and figuring things out, Like, this was a really good episode for Polnareff and Kakyoin. So that was really good. The reflection, trapping it in, Polnareff's eyes was very clever, and then just, now, if he blinks, does that, like, what happens then? I don't know. That was clever, and then figuring out, he's the Hanged Man. It's switching between all these people's eyes, so Kakyoin throws a coin so that everyone is looking up at the coin, and then Polnareff, pocket sand. So much pocket sand in this episode. Pocket sand, which forced the Hangman out at the only place he could go, which was that coin, which allowed Polnareff to defeat him. Very clever. I really did like all that. That was very clever and very creative. Unlike Gunman. His stand, gun. Oh my gosh. So that was all very creative. I really did like the Hanged Man. But it was Gunman that got away. Great. I liked Polnareff taking his vengeance. I thought that was really cool. You know, when he does kill, he kills Centerfold just completely, you know? The same way pretty much that he killed Ebony Devil and Soul Sacrifice. And I like the imagery that, you know, when he is finished with him, he lands to where he is hanging. He is hanging upside down as a hanged man. Very, very clever. I enjoyed that too. And yeah, that was like some Monte Cristo style revenge where it's like, yeah, this is vengeance, but it's none of that like, you know, oh, the revenge is not the way, you know, you won't be able, this won't do anything for you. It's like, no, it did. And now Polnareff is going to get revenge, you know, on Whole Horse and Dio for Avdol. Sweet. I like it. Vengeance. Hooray. And it was interesting, Whole Horse saying that he needs a partner, which is why he had the Hanged Man. So he needs to go find another partner. But that's the thing, he always finds another partner, which is what led him to Dio, which is interesting. So I like that. So again, he'll be back. He'll be back. Gunman will return. Hooray for Gunman. I know. I know his name is Whole Horse, but I'm going to call him Gunman. So, yeah. And then, bug, question mark. Is that a flesh bug that is now going into Joseph? Except how they were in broad daylight. Even if it landed there, it would have burned away in the sunlight. So I don't think it's quite that. But yeah. I don't know. There's another organism that's latched onto Joseph, you know? It's the same thing with AC/DC, basically. So we'll have to see that. Hey, maybe Joseph will do something. Which is another thing I have about Stardust Crusaders, is that Joseph hasn't actually done anything. You know, I want Joseph in a fight. I want that, you know? I want to see my boy beat someone up like it was part 2 again, you know? I want that. So, I don't know. I want him to be more than just the leader, basically. I want him to... Basically, what's happened to Joseph is that he's become Lisa in part 2. Where, in part 2, I wanted Lisa to fight. Like, truly, I wanted a legit fight between Lisa and Cars, and I didn't get that. Instead, she got, you know, knocked out, and Joseph had to fight. What I'm getting now is that Joseph is not going to be fighting that much. He's going to be like Lisa, and it's going to be the others, namely Jotaro. I want Joseph to do something. I want Joseph to have the fight that Lisa should have had, you know? That even Baron Zeppeli kind of had, you know? I want that. I want that, man. So, yeah. We'll have to see what that is. What's the thing on Joseph's arm? And when is Gunman going to come back? Because God forbid we don't continue without Gunman. What's his stand? It's a gun. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.